Hi, it's me, Tytus LaRue James Gibson Jackson. But you can call me Tytus when I'm on Broadway, baby. I'm here as a spokesmodel for 2022's HIV Stops With Me campaign with the question of the month. This month's question is, do you feel that being an HIV Stops With Me spokesmodel can be a heavy burden? Why or why not? I'd have to say both, yes and no. It's a heavy burden because stigma still exists. Stigma is still here in this world, even though we here at HIV Stops With Me are working hard to get rid of stigma. It's still there. Much like racism in 2022, it still exists. Crazy. And people are still talking about Black folks behind their backs amongst their own specific communities that they wouldn't say to Black people. And that's generally a lack of knowledge. And ignorant people are normally the ones who are talking about things like, oh, of course, if you're gay, you're gonna have HIV, or oh yeah, you're gonna die because you have HIV. You know, people are still ignorant, and that stigma is still being, fanned. Those stigma flames are still being fanned to this day. And I even have a little stigma inside of myself. Sometimes when I look at my pill that I have to take, I'm like, I don't want to do this. It just makes me sometimes feel a little depressed, but then I understand that I know that I feel that I need to take this for my own good. And so I do, and I get over it, and I would say that it's a heavy burden there's a positive part of this burden to me, which is carrying this badge for people who are not ready to put their face out there, people who are not ready to put their name out there. I don't mind carrying it and being someone that someone can look at and say, oh my goodness, how brave, or oh my goodness, maybe I can be okay, or even maybe I can go get a test to find out if I'm positive or not. And if I'm positive, I can be doing good, like all these other people in the spokesmodel campaign. And I would say yes. I would say no, because it's a heavy burden, but I feel like it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter until you're just not really worried about or caring about what anybody else is saying to you, I feel like some of my fellow spokesmodels say, I love y'all, stand in your truth, and the rest is fabulous. And I feel like if you're standing in your truth, nobody's going to, really have that effect that they would think that they would on you if they were talking negatively or badly about you, or about what you're doing in your life or what's going on in your life. I feel like, just like coming out, before coming out, it was faggot this, faggot that, oh, he's gay. And then when you come out, nobody's calling you a faggot anymore, because it's not fun to talk about somebody who's standing in their truth and living in the moment and knowing who they are and not really worried about anybody else. So I'd say no, it's not that heavy. It's not a heavy burden, because it'll end up getting so much lighter. Maybe it is at the beginning, and maybe it takes a little while for it to get lighter, but that burden, I believe, is going to get lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter until you find yourself on the billboard. I'm already there. There's nothing I can really do about it anymore, but I am encouraging you to be strong, and I'm encouraging people to be true to themselves and living their true life. There's no need to hide. There's no need to lie. There's no need to fake. There's so much in this world that you can do if you have HIV, and I hope to put a stop to those negative thoughts in someone's mind who are thinking that this is the end all be all. And I just don't want anybody to think that, because it's not. Because you can see me living and thriving and slaying HIV